What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 35 of the XtraSlice, brought to you by the Cheesy Controller Podcast. I'm your host, Anton LaPlatte. Joining me, as always, we have the mayor of Stardew Valley and Eorzea, Chris Montalbano.
I'm starting to really feel bad for Ethan.
We got the most degenerate squid in the sea, Jalen Roberts.
But you see those 3080 numbers and those 3080 benchmarks.
And we got the Akatsuki Durag, Madrid Devon.
Perfect. We asked for Final Fantasy VI, and we got Final Fantasy XVI.
For audio listeners, Madrid just drew a sword in the middle of that.
Nah, you could hear that sword.
Alright, well, we got a jam-packed episode for you guys this week. We're going to be talking about the PS5 Showcase, Rocket League's cross progressions, the Scott Pilgrim game, and all the other stuff out at the Ubisoft Forward. Alright, so the biggest news of the week is the PS5 Showcase. It happened today as of recording, Wednesday the 16th, and the world will never be the same. Like, next gen's officially here. I have a PS4 I keep saying PS4 because it's just been 6 years of talking about the PS4. But yeah, I got my all digital PS5 pre-order in. Yeah, I'm upgraded, bro. I'm just waiting for the product to drop.
Oh, you got the all digital? I thought you were getting the physical.
Well, so the plan is to have the physical, and I have the additional money for the physical, but apparently each GameStop only got 10 physical and 10 digital pre-orders. So I got literally the 9th digital console they had, and they had sold out of all their disc ones. So...
Damn.
I mean, they have...
Honestly, it would have been a smart point, just like, all right, the system's coming out. I'm just going to buy a GameStop as soon as they're like during the press conference, just in case.
Yeah, part of me regrets not going, because I could have gone the second the press conference ended after work, but I came home and rewatched the whole presentation. And then I started seeing, like, pre-orders pop online, and I was like, oh, shit. I was like, let me go to GameStop. I mean, I went and I got my pre-order, but the thing is, like, this is just the first wave of allocations. They always get multiple allocations.
Yeah, you just got to be able to.
And so, since they already, like, next time they get a wave of, like, allocated PS5s, I'll get the heads up that time. And I'm going to move all my money from my digital version and then just add the extra money for the physical. But, like, if push comes to shove, I'm okay waiting till using a digital one. Because
I mean, you got a PS5.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like that's the important part.
Yeah, that's the big dick move in and of itself.
Right.
So, yeah, this PS5 Showcase, it started off infinitely stronger than the last one did. It started off... Yeah, like the last one started off with GTA 5, a 2-gen-old game, and this one started off with Final Fantasy fucking 16.
Yes.
That was a way to start a press conference.
Yo, this whole press conference is how you do a press conference 101, all the way,
right, 100%.
Yo, I'm watching this shit at work, trying not to, like, I'm up here pumping my fists and shit. I'm just, having a fucking mini meltdown, like, fucking eyes watering off of just sheer hype and excitement. Because when I looked, I knew, I was like, this is fucking Final Fantasy. This is a new one. It's not 14.
Right.
Thank God it's not 15. It's not some Kingdom Hearts.
So, the thing with me, it's coming exclusively to PS5, so this is the first Final Fantasy since 12 that's coming out exclusively on PlayStation. And the other thing...
There was an asterisk by that exclusive.
So, yeah, there was an asterisk that is also coming to PC, which will be interesting. Yeah. So, a lot of these I wrote down, like, if they're exclusive or if they're coming to something else.
Or if they're, like, pre-console exclusive, kind of. I don't know. I forgot what that's called.
Well, no, there are no time.
Yeah, timed exclusive.
None of these are timed exclusives as far as we know. All of these are
There was-
console exclusives.
Actually, one of them on the list was a timed exclusive, but
I mean, I could
I
run
will
through
do
this
my
whole
research.
list, and I
Yeah.
can't. All the first party stuff, like, so first game Final Fantasy 16. I know we're all excited. Chris, how do you feel going into this?
Into the PS5, like
Or
with
in
Final Fantasy.
yeah, like how do you feel about the
Actually, to be
trailer?
honest, when I was watching this trailer, I was like, because at first I was like, oh, this is like a Devil May Cry clone, and then I realized that I recognized some of these characters and monsters just based on playing 14.
Bro, as soon as they said Shiva,
shit,
I was
Yeah,
This is Final
Shiva.
Fantasy.
They started the music right after they said Shiva, and I was like, yo, this is
nuts.
I was like, this is
Actually-
not happening. This is not happening. Because I'm glad nobody bet me last night, because I was willing to bet we wouldn't get Final Fantasy 16 today.
You know, I was willing to bet that we would.
To be honest, I'm probably gonna get this game.
I mean, yeah, this is
It was
definitely,
so-
like,
Fucking good.
Oh, this is
It was
a major
beautiful.
cop.
yeah.
Yes.
And one of the main directors from Devil May Cry 5 is coming over, and he's like over the combat and character design.
Yeah.
Let's
Thank
fucking
you.
go.
Yeah, that combat, like, that is the one trailer. I went back and I rewatched. So I watched the showcase, like, halfway while driving. Like, I was getting all the beats, like, everything that was important that was happening. I knew all the games
Right.
they showed, but then I sat down and I really watched it. And then I went back and watched the Final Fantasy 16 and Demon Souls things, because those are the two things that I was just like, I need to see how good these trailers can look. I need to see what this game's actually going to look like running on a PS5. And,
Right.
ooh, that combat looks...
It's funny. That game sold me on a PlayStation and then immediately unsold me on a PlayStation.
Well, yeah, I
What?
mean...
Wait. Oh, because it's coming to PC.
Coming to PC. Throw
Yeah.
that 3080 in that motherfucker and let's get it
It's gonna
going.
look really good. It's gonna play
Bro.
smoother on a PC.
Yeah, that's just gonna play like butter.
Butter.
Yeah.
The
I
thing-
mean, but if they make use of the haptic like feedback and shit on the controller, if they really like kind of lean into it a little bit without being too gimmicky, that could be a cool like bonus for it. You know what I'm saying? If you really feel that weight of throwing out a fucking fireball into a combo. I was watching the combo video. Did he teleport into his fireball after impact? Because that's fucking awesome.
I really like the fact that Square has been really trying to refine their third-person action over the years because, hey,
Yeah.
it seemed like after 15 they hit a really good like breaking point in figuring out how to make this work because the combat in Kingdom Hearts 3 was real good, and this just looks.
Yeah, because even like
Piece
the
of
combat
that.
in 15, the combat in 15 to me felt a little broke, like a lot of the times.
Yeah,
So
it
this seems
felt
like a good
unfinished.
dichotomy of like,
Yeah.
well, between this and like FF7, where I feel like they found a lane in making like a tactical art like action RPG because you have to really think about what you're gonna do. Like there's moments when you're like picking a new spell, you kind of like and shit slows down. You really have to be like, oh fuck. All right, I'm going to hit him with a fireball because he's weak. I'm going to switch over to Tifa, cast this magic. I'm going to switch over to Aerith and cast this magic so that her shit doubles. And then I'm going to switch back to Cloud. It's like, it's dope. But this just seems like, yo, I'm about to go out there, Automata style, and just like fucking beat these monsters' ass.
Yes.
Yeah,
With
everything
this
about the
edgy-ass looking
vibe,
dude.
like the music, the visuals, like the tone, everything that
The
they
setting.
had. Yeah, like everything that they showed was just like, oh. So they, like, every once in a while people worry that if Square forgot what made their franchises special. And this one, it feels like Square totally gets what makes Final Fantasy special, and they're going all the way in on it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay, so I've never been a Final Fantasy fan. This looks like a hack, like DMC, or it plays like DMC. Is
No,
it
the thing
upsetting that
about-
it no longer plays like? Well, I guess it hasn't done that since 13, right?
Square effectively
No,
abandoned
13.
like the fighting
13
style,
was
like
the
not being
last time we
turn-based
had
and all
that
that.
kind of.
well, I
Third
mean,
person.
7 Remake also has the ATB, so
Mm.
Like,
Yeah, easy
they
mode
give you
is
those
turn-based.
options. Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
I think also the thing with 16 is that I like the fact that we're going back to that more fantastical element. Like,
Mhm.
I've always liked the half magic tech stuff we got in like 6 and 7, but it's really nice to see that old crystal fantasy again.
Oh,
Yeah, and they kind of allude to like this is it. We're breaking free from the crystals. So this could be like that. This is the new direction that we're taking these games in, but also we're gonna kill this medieval shit like here and now. But also,
I don't know. I think this is
Or
something they're just
modernize
gonna
the
keep on
medieval.
keep in their toolbox for when they want to change aesthetics every once in a while. Like,
yeah,
that's
because
got
Final
to.
Fantasy games have
Yeah.
always fit somewhere in the line between like
Fantasy
the
and
straight
reality.
medieval fantasy, you know,
Mhm.
your Final Fantasy 1 and 2s, and then like your cyberpunk shit with like 7 and 13.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm trying to
Yeah.
think.
Whatever 15 was.
Versus 13, like Versus 13 is like this is a
There's a lot
dream
of versus
based on
13
reality.
in this too, ain't it?
Not so much.
I-
Like, there's way
I
more
feel like
Versus
this
13
trailer-
in Verum Rex. Like,
Yeah, like-
whenever we get Verum Rex or the next Kingdom Hearts, that's going to be because none of this looks Nomura to me. Nothing about this game looks like a Nomura game.
Yeah, I didn't see 2 belt buckles.
So, like, that's the thing. Like, Nomura has been watching over the Final Fantasy Versus 13 ideas for so long, and they're so not present in this, and they are so heavily present in all the spoilery stuff in Kingdom Hearts 3 that, yeah,
Honestly, I need him to just focus on either that or FF7. Like, let somebody else take care of this. You know what I'm saying?
honestly.
That was the problem with 15. They had too many fingers in that pie, and then shit fizzled out and didn't go either way.
Heck,
so
the
we got
battle
some weird
director of
middle ground.
16 is Ryota Suzuki, who was the battle director for DMC5
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
Dragon's Dogma. That's where
Yeah.
their combat's coming out of.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was saying it. Like when I first was watching the thing, I was like, "Oh, this looks kind of like DMC combat, but it's not DMC, obviously." And then I was like, "Oh, I recognize all of these things, so this is the new Final Fantasy." And I was like, "Oh, I fucks with this. If this is what it's gonna be, I'm here for it."
Man, just the summons. Like, they just... Every...
Oh yeah.
They just
Oh
threw
my
it all
god.
at you.
Ifrit. Oh my. Oh, man.
Man,
Nuts. But also, I do still hope that while we are milking Final Fantasy for everything that it has, that y'all continue to do that by giving us a Final Fantasy like fucking 1 through 5 or 6 collection, and then remaking 6. Get the Bravely Default Octopath Traveler team to remake that shit in the same kind of style and vein with those same aesthetics.
there you
Put
go.
that bitch on the Switch.
Bitch on Switch.
Give it to us.
But yeah, the next game they talked about, just so we don't spend the entire hour and a half talking about Final Fantasy 16.
I'll do it.
Right,
We'll
yeah,
do it.
we all will. But Spider-Man Miles Morales was the second game they showed. And they showed 2 like gameplay segments. And the second one was like entirely combat and like QTE. It was, you can tell this game's almost done, which hopefully it is because it's a launch title.
Coming out holiday this year, like
It's a launch
Well,
title.
is it a launch title?
Yes, they didn't say
you sure?
launch.
Pseudo.
Yes, no, not
Okay.
pseudo.
You think
100.
Well,
it's
they-
100%?
well, this
You think it's 100% launch DLC? Because that's what
No,
it
I don't
is,
think
No,
right?
It's not
I'm
DLC.
not sure it's coming out on the exact launch
it
day.
is. I am sure that it is.
It still hasn't dropped
wanna make a
date
bet?
yet. No.
So the thing is, Insomniac and Jeff Keighley, after the fact, like that's the thing, they didn't say launch. The only game that they said launch for was Fortnite. But Demon's Souls and Spider-Man are both launch titles that have been confirmed by multiple people since this presentation. So
Jeff Keighley straight up said Demon Souls launch title.
right.
Cool.
Cool.
So, but yeah, Spider-Man Miles Morales, I'm super... So they announced in this, they showed gameplay, like ray tracing, like it made everything about like those Harlem scenes look really good. I really need to go watch this one in 4K because I want to see that part. Like they were like, oh, people had problem with puddles. We're just gonna put all the puddles possible.
Yeah,
when
they were just walking, like casually walking around, that was when I was like, oh, this game looks really good. Because the scene before, I was like, this doesn't look like it's completely done. And then they switched over to this, and I was like, oh.
Well, that first scene was the one where they were walking around. It started off not looking that great, but the second they walked into that courtyard and the ray trace reflections started showing, it looked great. And then they went to the game director, and then after the game director, they showed the combat sequence. Because he like kind of laid out the story of what was going on, and like, and then they went into the actual fight that he was talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that is a launch title. The other pieces of news that have come out about it since the showcase is it's a Lost Legacy length experience, and it's $50 for a next gen copy of it. I want to say it's $60 for the Ultimate Edition, which comes with Spider-Man PS4 Remastered.
Oh.
Alongside Miles Morales. So this isn't like DLC on top of Spider-Man. This is a standalone thing, and then they're giving... I'm not sure if there's a free upgrade path for people who already own Spider-Man. Like, that is one thing that's still super unclear about some of these games that they've shown. Like...
It might just be backwards compatible because...
Well, yeah, it'll be backwards compatible at the very least, but I'd want ray traced reflections in that because there were a lot of scenes that took place in the dark with, like, the enemies just lit up, like their suit designs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just having ideas about...
That looks great.
Yeah, I'm just having ideas about the shit they can do, and the fact that Miles is just a better character, in my opinion, than Peter...
Oh yeah, his fucking powers and abilities, and I'm also like gameplay wise, I'm really loving the UI. Like that shit looks clean as fuck. Like,
well, I mean, it's pretty much the same UI out of Spider-Man PS4. Like that was the thing. There were like contextual buttons and stuff that I was noticing in the gameplay that I'm like, yeah, like this isn't doctored footage, and that was one cool thing. So they showed the Final Fantasy XVI trailer, and they're like, this is on a PC. Targeting the PS4 or PS5's capabilities, but then after that they're like all gameplay and cinematics from this point forward are captured on a PlayStation 5, and I was like, oh, that's a baller move. Like, you guys are out here just showing what you got. They came in a really good way, in my opinion. Like,
yeah,
that's already like fucking whipping your dick out, like, and like letting people admire it.
Yeah,
with consent.
Right?
Because we all chose to watch it.
Right? Yeah, that was the thing. Yeah. They put up the video. We went and watched it. It wasn't like they did it in our personal space.
It was like, oh, this leaked. Oh, sweet.
But yeah, so Miles Morales, Jalen, what do you think? Oh, the other interesting fact about this game is it's also coming to PS4. So PS4 owners can play Miles Morales this holiday. So
nice.
If that's what you're into.
I see some people are upset about that.
Why?
Because if there's a way for them to get upset about something, they will.
That's fair.
But as somebody who has now bought a PS5, I don't care that more people get to play this game. I'm going to be playing it looking better.
As I sit on my Galaxy Brain throne, I can see all the peons below me bickering over cross-generational games.
Right, and I shall be benevolent and not give a single flying fuck because I'm still going to be playing Monster Hunter on this shit, but...
Everybody's going to be playing Monster Hunter on that shit. They better.
Hopefully. I mean, this list of games, when I get there, is kind of insane. Like, that's what took it from 1 page to 2 pages, just listing out all the games included in that, but we'll get there. The next game... This was a huge surprise, but also people have been waiting on it for like 2 years now.
Waiting on it?
Yeah, well, that's...
I mean, if you're in that bubble, then I get it.
Even if you're not in that bubble, like, the game looks great. Outside of all
I'm not disowning this game, but if you were in this bubble, then you were waiting on this game and you knew it was probably coming out. I never knew this was coming out. This was
We talked about this on the podcast. This was something that leaked at like a mall. Like they were doing like market research at a mall, and some dude like recorded the video that they were showing him of this Harry Potter Avalanche game, and everybody's just like,
"Oh yeah, that."
That was like 2 years ago.
House, Anton. I remember being at your house, like, "Yo, did y'all see that Harry Potter game?" They scrubbed that shit from the internet clean that day. Like all GIFs, videos.
Yeah, out of sight,
about it.
Anton. I just like.
But yeah, so like, I mean, I had forgot about it. If you had asked me like what games are coming up, like big games, like Harry Potter is really far down that list of things that would have came to mind. But now, like the way they showed it, fuck J.K. Rowling.
Oh yeah. She doesn't own Harry Potter anymore. We stole that from her.
Oh, I didn't know that. But okay,
I don't even know who we're talking about.
Yeah, she don't exist.
But so they showed this is Hogwarts Harry Potter, Hogwarts Legacy.
We don't even have to call it that. Let's just call it Hogwarts Legacy.
Okay, yeah, I mean that's probably what Chris is just like. Fuck all the words. We don't need it. We'll just call it L. Everybody will know.
That Magic game. That's not Spellbreak.
But yeah, so that's coming 2021 to PS5, and I mean it looked great. That was
This is the one of the trailers that is coming to PS5, Xbox, and PC.
Yeah.
So this isn't just an exclusive.
Yeah, I didn't. But
I was just doing it just to keep people
right
because I don't want to be
at the same time.
No one to come at us.
Right. At the same time, I was thinking, I was like, damn, Xbox couldn't have got this. And I was like, oh, wait. They're probably like, we need to put this in front of as many faces as possible. PlayStation made us an offer. Let's put it them.
Yeah, to be honest.
And I mean, that, like, this kind of... there was kind of a third-party stretch right here where none of these things are exclusive. So the next game they talked about was Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, which we know is coming to everything under the sun.
Right. Looked like a Call of Duty game.
I don't know about y'all. That campaign trailer was one of the best campaign trailers that Call of Duty has done in several years. Like, I see Madrid...
I would say the best campaign trailer was... I think the Infinite Warfare campaign trailer was interesting.
Dude, Infinite Warfare was...
that was around the era of, like, Reach, right? Or a little after Reach?
No, Infinite Warfare...
that was Advanced Warfare. That was before that.
Yeah. Infinite Warfare we saw at the Sony at the theater.
Well, when we thought it was a space game, but we knew this was Call of Duty before going into it, and for me, like Call of Duty Black Ops, the RCXD, like that whole chase, that sniper sequence, like that whole entire thing. But so Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is coming to everything, but exclusively on PlayStation. We're getting an alpha the 18th through the 20th, which is like, I don't think this episode's going to be out to the broader public by the time that's happening, but I'm definitely going to give it a try.
On that?
It's just free. You just download it. You can preload it starting tomorrow. So when preloads go live, I'll drop the link in the Discord, and I'm going to preload it.
Why not?
But yeah, the next... Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how Call of Duty...
We have perks, so we might as well try them out,
Mm-hmm.
In true Atlanta fashion, we have to take advantage of all the perks possible.
You're correct.
The number one perks podcast.
No.
What? We have the perks. We're like Arby's. Isn't that their logo?
Mm-mm.
Also,
their motto?
We do not come to my house.
So the next game, I don't know why I said second. The next game they showed was Resident Evil 8 Village.
Yeah,
whatever you want to call it.
That looks good.
It does look good. They showed a horde of those werewolf humanoid whatever.
There's so much fucking Bloodborne in this.
There is.
I hate how. I mean, I don't hate, but it's funny how Bloodborne is the go-to name for your dark gothic,
Your eldritch
dark
horrors.
Victorian gothic aesthetic. It's just like, oh, it looks like Bloodborne, but God, this has a lot of Bloodborne in it.
It does. It looks like it's gonna be. I mean, Chris Redfield's coming in with a squad to fuck up Ethan's life. That's why I said what I said in the beginning. I feel bad for the dude because he's going through this again. He gets shot with a shotgun, as we saw in the first trailer, but shot again.
He's probably a werewolf. He'll be all right.
Zoe did something. I don't know what she did, but she did something when she put his arm back. There wasn't much shown except for this like weird story thing, but and more monsters. But it looks like it's going to be creepy. It looks like it's going to tell like Resident Evil 2 remake is not going to have anything on this. I feel like it's going to fuck with my life, and I can't.
Yeah. Wait. Are they mixing in more action elements, or is it going to be more in the line?
This is going to be on the line of Resident Evil 7, but just in like this dark, mysterious, like
village,
suspenseful, village atmosphere with a castle in the background.
That's better than being haunted by like Trump supporters who don't wear masks.
Yeah, honestly, I'd rather
the plot for the last game, or is that our current arc? I can't remember.
No.
That was just Target today.
That was just today. That was real life.
Oh, okay.
Because the thing about it is, you felt bad for the Baker family in the end, except for the son. Fuck that boy, Lucas.
Weren't they products of incest?
No.
Or is that The Hills Have Eyes?
That's definitely The Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah, are you sure that's just not our current arc?
Actually, you felt for the entire Jesus Christ.
No, it's because I played Daughters. Like you definitely feel bad for them after Daughters.
Oh, you feel when the dad comes to you when you're in your whatever sleep. He's like, "We're not like this. We don't actually want to kill you." And I'm like, "That's cool. I've been scared of you this entire game, but I feel bad for you now."
I mean, it's probably because the amount of times he specifically has punched us in the face.
You sure he wasn't just following you to ask if you were winning?
Nah, it's once again that Daughters DLC. That Daughters DLC makes you feel bad because you're like, oh, this is a plague that's destroying their minds. They don't want this.
It's almost like they should have worn their masks. No.
You know, actually, these are the people who got caught around February before we knew masks were what to do.
Oh,
they're the pre-shutdown family.
They're farmers. They never really left their house. They just stayed in their lane and just.
They don't even have Wi-Fi.
They got fucked up by Karens. And that's...
All right, so
why you don't go saving mysterious children that you find floating down river.
Yeah.
So the next game they showed, Resident Evil Village is coming 2021. So like a lot of these games are next year, either launch or next year.
Early 2021, just as every other Resident Evil game has been for the last 4 years now.
Right, and that's one of the cool things up till here. Miles Morales showed gameplay, Harry Potter showed gameplay, Call of Duty showed gameplay, Resident Evil showed gameplay.
Did it?
Well, in engine.
I was going to say, this is what I really liked about this showcase. All the games that they announced prior, they're showing the gameplay for it now.
Yeah.
Also, on top of it, it's like, we already knew about this game. They're like, hold my fucking beer. Here's some actual gameplay trailers.
Right.
It's fucking awesome.
It shows you stuff to get you hype about the future of the console, like the first parties, like the first couple of AAA games that's gonna come out for this. All of them are bangers.
Well, yeah, that is the thing. Like the last time they focused kind of on the range of the PlayStation 5, this time they're like, okay, AAA, here we go. Like indies, like we've seen Bugsnax more than once. They're like, these smaller games will find their niche. We need to sell this PS5 to every gamer in the entire world, and here's how we're going to do it. And that's what this felt like. This felt like it doesn't matter if you're a horror fan, a JRPG fan, a shooter fan. I mean, we already know 2K is coming, so if you're a sports fan, like FIFA, all that stuff is already, like, they don't need to talk about the sports games because they're already happening for this year. So, yeah. But I'm talking about, like...
2K's already out, so, that's a launch title.
And Madden's already out.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, they didn't have to focus on those people.
The literal copy-paste game.
But the next game that they showed is the next exclusive they showed, and this had gameplay as well, Deathloop, which is coming 2021, PS5 exclusive. I'm super stoked for it. It doesn't look like the game all actually.
I think it's a time exclusive.
I mean, you guys can look into it, but as far as I know, Deathloop is just a straight up exclusive. Because
even better.
Hey, I'm always happy to see more of your fast-paced, arcadey
It's
shooters.
just a timed exclusive. It will be coming to the PC and Xbox.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, it didn't really look arcadey to me. It looked like Dishonored. It looked very plotting. Like, it was really cool. The systems, the way they talk about this game like it's a puzzle. I always like where shooters aren't just a test of your skill with shooting. It's like a test of your knowledge of like how to interact with these systems in this game to like get your desired outcome. So to me, and this is kind of a weird comparison, but this is like the Breath of the Wild of first-person shooters to me. Where
You
it's
think
like,
so?
yeah, because a lot
You
of
think
times.
it's gonna dive that deep?
Well, I mean, you have your 8 targets, but like it was interesting to see like this trailer they showed. It was 2 birds, 1 stone, and they showed how you're gonna. Because he's like, yeah, you can just go kill this guy, but you won't have enough time, so you have to sabotage his invention. So he'll go to this party, so you can kill both of them at the same time, and stuff like that in Zelda. Like, I'm not talking about as far as like it's not going to be in an open world like. Whatever. It's just going to be these systems, things that you think should work, probably will work, and those are going to be the stories I look for coming out of Deathloop. Like you figuring out how to kill everybody in one night.
Yeah,
just
in one run, you
Right.
know, because what is this, like a roguelite almost?
I mean, it's a video game whose whole mechanic is dying in a video game.
Yeah, so you're basically just a guy from restart.
What was the name of that really good manga that's pretty much this exact plot? Tom Cruise made a movie off of it. No. All You Need Is Kill. That one. It's the video game.
Well, yeah. And I mean, the aesthetic of this just looks incredible. Like, the music, the presentation, even, like, the enemies.
The main antagonist?
Yeah, the main, yeah.
Shoot me.
You can, like, I guarantee you're going to be able to play as her. Because a lot, towards the end, when she showed up, they switched the perspective to her. So I think it's going to be really weird if it's not like a split story of him trying to escape the death loop, her trying to stop, and you being in charge of both parts of that.
That would be pretty cool. Or even if somebody else was like there, like actively trying to sabotage you, like another player.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I
Yeah, if there were a multiplayer thing.
Like it's trailer. It's like, damn. So we're playing as like, it's like 1v1, 2 assassins just going at it.
Ooh.
With some other shit thrown in. That could be pretty cool.
That would be
cool.
So that game originally was announced to be launch window, but now they announced a delay a while ago, but now the new window is Q2 2021. So that'll be interesting. The next thing they showed is one of my top things of this presentation, but also I was somewhat confused, and I'm still somewhat confused. DMC5 Special Edition is confirmed for launch. All that new content. So let me see.
They had the time.
Virgil. That's all you need to know. Virgil.
I mean, that's kind of, from what I've seen, isn't that all it is?
Yeah.
Well, there was
pretty.
V was doing V was doing stuff that I had never seen, like the graphics.
I think with V,
that was like an ability.
Yeah, no,
Virgil.
you could switch between Virgil and V.
I mean, I'm looking at the. Yeah, I'm looking at the PlayStation blog thing, and I'm just seeing I'm seeing Dante with equipment he definitely didn't have in DMC5. Looking at this PlayStation blog post, it also looks like this is going to be a $40 upgrade to get
Ooh.
if you have it and you're trying to get this special edition. Like, this is a game I totally...
I already paid $60 for that game, and it was a really short game. It was really awesome, but it was also really short. Fucking awesome, but
Fucking
a $40 game.
Dude, wait.
So
don't they
wait,
already have DLC
$100
out
game.
right now for the game?
It's more like an enemy rush.
Oh.
Yeah, and that was an update. That was... It's not like... Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But this is just... Like, it showed they expanded the fight between Dante and Virgil at the end of the game. Like, there's just so much...
I feel like that's the narrative lead into Bloody Palace.
Well, I mean, Bloody Palace was the update. Like, Bloody Palace is already in the game.
That was the enemy rush.
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
No.
Go ahead.
What I was thinking is, like, they need to go ahead and, like, just make Lady and Trish playable, too.
That's the reason why it kind of feels like a downgrade. It's a downgrade if you compare it to Special Edition, DMC4 Special Edition.
Like DMC4 Special
Lady
Edition?
and Trish were playable in that game.
Lady, Trish, and Virgil. Virgil's not even in that fucking game. Like at all. Well, shit, Lady neither. Shit, I don't think any of them were in that game at all.
At all.
Now that I think about it, so it's kind of like a step. Yeah, it is like what you said. It's kind of like a step back. It's more so seems like they're selling you on the advanced like graphics and shit.
Yeah, which I'm sold on. Like, I'm gonna...
Devil May Cry 5 needs... I was thinking that it needs a legit DLC. I was thinking about that shit in the shower last night. I was like, I love that game. It needs some DLC. Like, they don't need to go ahead and push out a new game. Like,
no,
just add some more content.
And I
that would be awesome.
I mean,
I'm gonna wait on the sale for this, but I'm gonna definitely play it because like this is a good. Like, DMC5 was fun enough, like stylish enough, like over the top enough that I'm totally down to play it again at 4K. The only thing that doesn't look super good about this, it seems like because of ray tracing, they're targeting 4K 30, or there's a performance mode that's 1080 60, and apparently there's a way you can get the frame rate all the way up to 120 FPS.
I think that's what the console is shooting for. Both of these consoles are coming out are shooting for, not at 4K, but you can get up to 120.
Right.
That's like PC can, so you're like, so you can sell to a wider audience that wants frames per second. But yeah, I
want my ray traced reflections and particle effects.
Right, exactly. Like, honestly, at this point, I play most of my games on a 4K monitor that has 60 hertz. Like,
yeah, and I mean, I'd rather a rock solid 30 than like a bumpy 120.
Yeah,
like a rock solid 30 at 4K with ray tracing. I think these are all fair compromises. Like, it gives you the options of doing what you want, and like, it's not like, oh, the game's running at 900p to get it up to 120 frames per second. Like, it should still be 1080p.
Right. I mean, and to be fair, other than like me playing Rocket League or a first-person shooter or a fighting game, you don't really need that many frames per second. Most games that are coming out now that are AAA or even indie games that want to be more artistic, you wanted that higher resolution versus the frame rate.
Right, and that's one of the things that I'm going to, like, now, if I wanted to, I could play all my games at lower resolutions and higher frame rates. But, like, the power that I want out of next generation, at least right now, and I mean, certain things is probably going to change, I want higher resolution and just a solid, like, capped frame rate. Like, cap it at 30. Like, if you're making that decision, cap it at 30. That's fine. If you're making that decision, cap it at 60.
Cap it at 60. Cap it at 60. 30 FPS needs to die. 30 FPS
honestly,
was a compromise because
60.
those past consoles really weren't that powerful. We're at the point, cap it at 60. Just cap it at 60.
I mean, but that's being said with most, like, yes, the PS5 and Xbox Series X should be able to do 4K at 60 because the generation of cars that are coming out the same year can do 60 frames at 4K. I want to know, because both of these consoles are claiming 8K, I want to know how bad those games play. Like, what frame drop are you getting with 8K? Because no one can really do that right now. And when they said like the pros could come out with 4K generally, and then they really couldn't, and it didn't really do 4K that well.
Well, like, it doesn't do native 4K.
I'm curious. Yeah, it doesn't do
checkerboarded or like upscaling. Like it doesn't do native 4K. But I mean,
I want to know. I'm just like, when they do 8K as a selling point, I'm like, but what does that mean? To like, what are you losing when you say 8K?
I mean, it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see going into this generation how developers handle it, how different games with different like play styles handle their decisions. Because if these big AAA games are doing this, imagine what happens when Platinum Games comes along and does a game at like 140 that's not 120 hertz that's not running at 4K or something. But so it'll just be interesting to see how different people use the power they have at their disposal.
Yeah, but I just want to know how the system itself handles running something smoothly in 8K, because nothing is, not even PC, unless I don't know the benchmarks for 390, so I'm not even gonna go there because I don't want someone to come at me. But nothing on PC currently that is out can really run 8K that's fun. Like maybe at 20 frames per second.
I'm going to be 100. I feel like the 8K is that enthusiast like resolution where it's like if you hit that, I don't feel like, I'm a frame rate person. I need that game to feel right. And I think at a certain point, whatever beauty you're getting out of it, you're losing in game feel. And I think 8K, I think 8K is up there where it's like you're losing game feel for. Can you even get an 8K monitor right now?
I mean,
you can get one for like $3,000.
Should you? No, but you definitely can.
Right, like I feel like we're still in the generation of gaming where 4K needs to be like accessible. Like getting things to run at 120 at 4K should be achieved before we try to get something running right.
4K needs to become the new 1080.
Right, like let's get there, then we'll worry about 8K. Stop jumping another generation of like monitors that or TVs that we can't afford right now.
But you need the enthusiasts to pump money into that. It's the same thing with the 2080s, last generation. Those were $1,200 cards. Stupid expensive. You wait a generation, you let the enthusiasts pump that money into it, you wait a generation, and bam, you get your 30 series, and everything's looking peachy.
I'm not even just talking about cards. I'm like talking about the whole gaming industry in itself. Like, just chill on 4K, get that optimized with all the frames per second, make that as smooth as possible. Let the technology on TVs and monitors come down so people can actually afford them, because no one can afford an 8K TV with hertz that matter. I just went on this rant about 8K and all that. I just like remembered I was looking at the specs for the systems and
all of this over Devil May Cry.
Yes, I was sorry. I derailed this train so hard.
Well, I'll get it back on track because the next game we're talking about has to do with train tracks.
Final Fantasy XVI.
Sure, Oddworld Soulstorm.
A new Oddworld game.
I actually skipped this.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily. I was like,
I could skip.
I'm going to say this right now. Go back and play the Oddworld game so to get hit really close to home, because it's about freeing your people from the most brutal version of capitalism. Slightly more brutal than American capitalism, but brutal.
Slightly more brutal?
Well, they're actually eating them in Oddworld. That's the thing about it. They're actually eating them.
The rich or the poor?
Factories that turns them into a food stuff that they then sell to other species and back to their own people. Like I said, slightly more brutal than American capitalism. Only slightly.
I mean,
We could start eating the rich.
Yeah, right. That was the thing. I was like, are they eating the rich or the poor? Because
No, the poor are Abe's race is are poor, and they're slaving away in the machines that are turning them into food stuff, while the rich get richer.
That sounds about like the next term.
damn, Agresco Season 3 didn't have to hit this hard. So, yeah, Oddworld, like, that's... I know there's an audience for that. I don't think any of us are super big Oddworld fans. Like, I mean, I'll see. Just out of this showcase, in my opinion, that was probably one of the weakest showings. Like, it wasn't enough to...
I didn't think it was weak. I thought it looked really good, but it was just like, oh, this isn't for me. So it's like, I don't hate it.
It's one. Oddworld has always been one of those franchises where it's like, it's one of those. It's a cult classic. That franchise has always been a cult classic, and the fact that there's going to be a next gen one is really nice.
Well, I mean, they announced this at the last one.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't even announce it there. They just showed it at the last PS5 showcase. So this is just another showing. The next game they showed was Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach.
This shit actually freaked me the fuck out.
I believe that's the new V. I think.
Is it VR?
No,
I think that's the VR.
Five Nights at Freddy's VR is already a thing on PSVR currently.
Oh, this is Breach.
Yeah, this is a new Five Nights at Freddy's, and like the fact that the environment had ray tracing, like all the neon lights and all that different stuff, and all the
it.
You didn't like it?
No, not like in a negative way. Watching this trailer made me feel uncomfortable, especially when the robot dude started talking, and I was just like, First of all, I had a child talking to me, and now this. Yeah, this looks spooky. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, Five Nights at Freddy's are already spooky games, and so...
I wonder how it's gonna. I wonder if it's gonna play differently than Five Nights at Freddy's.
I've played most of them. They're not. The thing about Five Nights at Freddy's is the thing that it does really well is mounting amounts of dread, because you know there's a jump scare coming. Yeah. You know the game's gonna bullshit you into a jump scare. And you're just waiting for it.
Yeah, well, that's what the trailer showed. It was a jump scare right at the end. It got me. The jump scare got me. I'm mad at it, but I was wondering if you were like searching through this area, maybe in more of a 3D format of like being able to walk around and all that. Because I haven't seen Friday Nights and Freddy since it's been like PC, phone, and that where you're looking around and trying to watch the cameras and whatnot, or use your flashlight and shit. So I'm hoping you can like go around this warehouse or theme park, arcade, whatever this might be, and try to get out instead of just like, and run away from these animatronic monsters instead of just like the original Five Nights at Freddy's and what it's been.
Right. And I think they've given you more freedom as the series has gone along. And so I mean, with the power of the PS5, I think there's a lot you could do with just the general concept and like the themes that they've had in the series so far.
Yeah. Is this one an exclusive? Because that would be an interesting exclusive.
No.
Okay.
So the next game they showed was Demon Souls, the Blue Point remake, and that shit looks really good. Yeah, that shit looks... that was one of the trailers I went back and watched in 4K, and I'm just like, yo, this looks sick. Like, the gameplay, it was like, yo, this is rock solid frame rate. They're in here, they're doing their thing. And then on top of that, like, just when they went into that montage at the end of, like, going through different parts of the game, I was like, every single one of these looks fucking insane. Like, Blueprint, I don't get how y'all are making one of them.
The titty flaps on that first demon they showed, I was like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, this game looks nuts.
This honestly, watching this gameplay trailer, I was like, I kind of want to get a PS5, buy this game, go over to my friend Zach's house and watch him flip a table over this shit, because it looks like it's going to be hard.
Right. So people were making jokes on Twitter. I like how it's totally flipped. Like, people making jokes on Twitter, oh, this must be easy mode. This isn't true to Demon Souls. This guy hasn't died yet. And then instantly fucking gets iced. And it's like, oh, never mind.
You've died.
Yeah,
But also but the truth of Demon Souls, though, is if you're not good at Demon Souls, you get iced. If you're good at Demon Souls, you make the game look like a meme.
Right.
Well, yeah, that's with every Souls game. There's
yeah.
like half-naked dudes running around just like, yeah, I'm beating this game in 31 minutes. And you're just like, that's cool. This game is supposed to be the hardest game out there now.
Well, yeah, Robbie is in chat saying that it's funny that I like it so much because it's OG Dark Souls. I've known about Demon Souls before I knew about Dark Souls.
In the PS2, right?
No, early PS3.
Early PS3, okay.
Yeah, it was early PS3, but it was definitely before Dark. So I've known about Demon Souls, and I completely respect From Software games. I have all of their games. I have Dark Souls 1 through 3, Bloodborne, and Sekiro. I completely respect everything they do. I just don't have the patience. Like, I feel like if I had infinite time...
No, I don't want that smoke.
No, actually...
I want the smoke. I just don't have the time for it.
The thing that makes this better, though, is, like, the lack of load times. Like, that's the most frustrating part about Bloodborne, Sekiro, Dark Souls. Like, when you die, you have to really sit there for a couple minutes while your shit loads. Like,
it makes you suffer.
Yeah, that was kind of my thing with Jedi Fallen Order. Like, if I fuck around for a little too long and die, it takes me like 10 minutes to get back to where I was. It only takes me 1 minute to physically get there. The other 9 is waiting for the goddamn game to load. I was like, I was just fucking there.
Yeah,
that is true.
It's gonna be
where they toss lightsabers at you.
I like can't wait for games like these new consoles, especially the PS5, because I'm not getting the Xbox. PS5 to have an
not even that all digital.
No, I got a PC. It's an Xbox already. Like,
it's only $300.
I don't give a shit. I already have an Xbox. It's sitting right here.
He's recording a podcast on his Xbox. Can you do that on your Xbox?
Exactly.
Didn't think so.
So yeah, I can't wait to have the PS5. Like, when I got home from my mini vacation, I turned on my PC and like went to the kitchen, grabbed some water, came back. It was already in the loading screen or like already ready to boot it up, and I was like, fuck, I love SSDs. I can't wait until the PS5 has this.
Yes, I definitely like that was one of the things I noticed because like when you go through the fog, even in Bloodborne, there's like that slowdown. Bro just was like, fuck this fog, woof, and just walked straight through like.
Yeah.
So like it's gonna be interesting with SSDs and with like the structure of this game not having loading, and especially like they could optimize. Even Bloodborne, because Bloodborne, like, getting
the loading times are awful.
All right, that was one of the things.
Now.
I think I would love Bloodborne 2. Just like if it came out, a Bloodborne 2 came out for PS5, I think I would give that one a shot.
Well, I'm definitely.
You're gonna get Bloodborne.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get Bloodborne.
Oh yeah.
1, like I'm gonna give the upgraded version a shot because at this point, like, there's no reason for me not to. Like, the information on this game's out there in a way that I feel like... Because, like, I enjoyed my time with Bloodborne. And Sekiro for that, like, exact same thing. But it's just a matter of... If I had the time to sit down and get frustrated with a game, I would probably play and love all of these. But I don't have the time to get frustrated. Like, I'm out here playing Fortnite on a regular basis because gun go boom. Like...
You know what? I feel the same way.
I go 100% Chad way too often.
Bro, that's me with Longsword. Longsword go shink, shink.
I do that with Rocket League. Cargo boom.
Yo. Overwatch go delete.
I'm gonna log on after
this. We did
this.
do that GG thing, and I saw Rocket League on one of the selections, and I clicked on that and hit abandon.
I did that with Overwatch. I was like, goodbye.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
So long.
Bye.
See you later.
Fine.
You just linked your Rocket League accounts like 5 minutes ago, Chris. What?
I'm not playing Overwatch anymore.
Oh,
that's what I was talking about. I abandoned Overwatch, not Rocket League.
Oh, Okay,
I played Rocket League as Please Play With Me.
It's abandoned, but I'm gonna log on to try and get those skins for Overwatch 2.
But one more thing about the SSDs, I feel like that should will be really good for Final Fantasy VII remake, or a lot of that game is let me take as long as possible to operate this fucking shaft.
Monster Hunter is going to be crazy. Like, Monster Hunter,
God.
the fucking amount of hours we spend loading in Monster Hunter, like...
I probably have double-digit hours of just loading. Maybe even triple-digit hours of just loading.
14's going to be good, loading fast. If you have MMOs on there...
Well, I mean, yeah, 14 was one of the first games to announce to get a PS5 version. So, we already know it's...
out here for y'all.
Yeah.
Maybe I will just get that PS5 and just say fuck it. You know?
Right, Madrid is sitting here talking himself into it for the last hour. And we're not even done with the PS5 part of the show.
Once I saw that $399, I was like, digital? Okay. I was like, I can afford that by come December, I'm here for it. I'll be on PS5 because what else am I going to do?
I mean, yeah.
Hopefully
we get our Discord app on all these systems, and so we can just be on Discord no matter where we are or what we're playing with all of our homies.
That'd be entirely too convenient. That'd be entirely too powerful.
Sony, please. Nintendo, please. Please.
Xbox, please.
Especially Nintendo.
No, it's on Xbox.
It's on Xbox?
No, it's Discord app isn't on Xbox. What you can do is link your Xbox account with Discord, so your now playing will be shown on Discord from Xbox. But if I send you a message on Discord or call you or whatever, none of that shit goes to your Xbox. So it's really
lame as fuck.
I mean, that's something.
Right, yeah, it's a step in the right direction. I don't have to run this jank-ass third-party app that I be running to show people what I'm playing on PS4. So, like, yes, I run this jank-ass app every time I'm, like, consistently sitting down.
You live like this, King?
It'd be like that, you know, the struggle, man.
You just don't, just go in general games chats and say, I'm playing this, and then that's it.
Well, no, this is more so for the other servers I'm in. I'm trying to have that rich presence, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, when I'm streaming, I want Discord to say I'm streaming. When I'm playing, but I love the way it works when I'm on PC. Like, any game I'm playing on PC, Discord is just like, oh, here, do you want to stream it? Do you want to, we have an in-game overlay for our chat, so many quality of life things that Discord does on PC, I just love to have on console in general. Like any console, I don't give a fuck. Like if Xbox is
make an app and they can definitely make it work.
Yeah, they could, but I really see it as Nintendo and PlayStation standing in their way. I see Xbox allowing it. I see Xbox being cool guy Xbox.
Xbox is at this point is just like, nah, I don't give a fuck.
Oh. Madrid's showing the Shaman King preview. I was like, wait a minute, is that Bleach?
Shaman King?
Nope, but
Shaman King's back?
Shaman King's coming back.
Bike.
What?
Oh, man.
Yo, 2021 is going to hit.
Yeah.
It better.
I mean,
you know what? No.
I mean, anime-wise.
I'm not saying
anime and video game-wise.
We said 2020 is going to be a lit year last year, and then this fucking year.
I mean, as far as anime and video games, we're having a good year.
I'll admit it. I didn't bring my brass knuckles. I expected it to be a good year. 2021, I'm making it a good year.
Yeah, that's for sure.
As God is my witness, 2021 is going to be lit. If I got to do it with my bare hands. Simple as that.
Brass-coated knuckles. But yeah, back to this PS5 showcase, because I have no fucking idea how we got that far off from Demon Souls. But Fortnite showed a trailer, you know, and it's fucking Fortnite. Like I was really confused about it being there
with PS5.
Yeah, but we knew that. We've known that.
Yeah, I don't. I don't know.
That's like if fucking Destiny 2 had a trailer here. It's completely out of place. Like, as somebody who religiously plays Fortnite, like, who were they expecting to get new Fortnite players out of the PS5 showcase?
To be fair,
honestly, they were just like, hey, you know this game you already know about? We made it look better. This is
right.
like
I can't wait for that ray tracing support.
It's probably like an actual like visual. Hey, we're gonna show you how much better things look on this console with something you've already recognized, something you can directly compare now to and then.
But that's the thing.
Oh it dropped on the PS5 when you buy the PS5. So,
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was a particularly weird thing to have in there, but I get the reasons why they would do it. Plus, that and Epic has been riding PlayStation's dick like this entire time. The new Unreal Engine 5 or the Unreal Engine 5 demo, they're like, this is on a PS5. Here's PS5. Like, Epic really has been, ever since PlayStation stopped fighting crossplay, they've kind of been more on the Sony side of things than the Microsoft side.
Which doesn't make sense, because Microsoft's just like, I just want to be friends and play video games wherever you want to play video games.
Yeah, and I mean, you're getting that. Xbox had crossplay before PlayStation in Fortnite. Let's not forget the fucking hoops I had to jump through to merge my accounts on Fortnite because of PlayStation's bullshit.
Seem like so long ago now. Doesn't that feel like an eternity ago?
I'm gonna look back and it's only been like 6 weeks or some stupid shit like that. But it's been longer than that. It was definitely before Chapter 2 dropped. And Chapter 2, it was at least all of this year, if not some of last year.
Are you talking about chapters? What are chapters now?
Fortnite.
No, that could have been like 3 months ago for all I know.
They soft rebooted.
Chapters now?
Well, they have seasons. And so they got to season 10 and then sucked the entire game into a black hole and then spat it back out. And that was Chapter 2 Season 1. And we're currently on Chapter 2 Season 3. Maybe there'll be a Chapter 3. Who knows? I mean, at this point,
I don't think this game's going away at any point in time.
I've already given them too much money for this Marvel shit this season, so. Yo, it's some fucking hot shit. I
will say, Storm is in there, so I've already was tempted to give them money off of that, but I didn't.
Even that Iron Man suit kind of looks sick too.
All of them are the Thor, the fucking She-Hulk, the Silver Surfer, the Groot. Even the Wolverine looks cool as hell.
Well,
and then
Wolverine.
Deadpool. If you got Deadpool a few seasons ago, like Deadpool plus like all the Marvel shit, like my favorite thing to do is put the Hulk hands on Deadpool and give him Thor's cape and just have him have Deadpool in Fortnite fucking shit up.
Okay.
That sounds like an abomination.
It does.
Well, imagine this. Imagine a Stormtrooper, Batman, fucking Deadpool, and Travis Scott being on a squad together, all flying
into a bar.
Yeah, there's Marvel and DC in this game. So there's Batman, Harley Quinn, Catwoman, Aquaman. There are all these DC things as well as all this Marvel stuff.
None of this shit's surprising me because it's Epic footing the fucking bill with all of your Fortnite money.
Yeah.
all
So
them V-Bucks.
They can do anything. God's gonna get a skin.
They had an exclusive Tenet trailer in fucking Fortnite. Like, the part of the reason I've liked Fortnite.
Say tennis trailer?
Tenet.
Like, okay.
The Nolan,
Watch.
Christopher Nolan movie.
Yeah.
They had an exclusive trailer for that in Fortnite. But back to this PS5 thing, I feel like we get one game at a time and then just go completely to the left. But this next one is so they announced PlayStation Plus Collection, which it's their answer to Game Pass. It seems really interesting.
I feel like what it is this is something more to pad out the launch.
The launch.
It's padding out for their library.
Here's
As people start getting converted, people who might get the people who haven't had a PlayStation, but it's literally they're dropping pretty much last generation's just greatest hits.
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing about this is, in my opinion, this gives them a value add that when they go in, Xbox is saying we have the best deal in gaming as like the best subscription service in gaming, but the quality of the titles on here are higher than what Xbox has. So this is like,
don't agree with that.
What does Xbox have that's higher quality than here? Let me just run through the list back to back to back to back to back, and you just give me
bar for bar.
Like really, like give me a list this long of quality of titles this quality on Xbox Game Pass, and then we'll talk. God of War, Bloodborne, Monster Hunter World, Final Fantasy 15, Fallout 4, Mortal Kombat 10, Uncharted 4, Ratchet & Clank 2016, Days Gone, Until Dawn, Detroit Become Human, Battlefield 1, Infamous Second Son, Batman Arkham Knight, The Last Guardian, The Last of Us Remastered, Persona 5, and Resident Evil 7.
Okay, so first of all, those are all old ass games. Like this sounds like Resident Evil 7's on Game Pass. Like this doesn't compare to Game Pass because Game Pass is getting newer games as they come out on Xbox.
Yeah, but you're right about that, but legitimately, okay, so let's say somebody buys a PS5 and an Xbox.
is also on Game Pass.
Yeah, but you're like, okay, Last of Us Remastered. You should have already played that if you had a PS4.
Yeah, this is
but
not...
You're getting this on PS5. I get it, but you're getting a 5-year-old game now.
Well, yeah, I mean, like Bloodborne is almost 6 years old at this point, and so like that's the thing.
But I think the point more so falls if you like, let's say you're on the Xbox ecosystem, right? Like you weren't around for the PS3 generation or the PS4 generation. If you come in now and you get PlayStation Plus and you get this bundle where you can play all of the pretty much all of PlayStation's greatest hits that have been exclusive to this console, and some that aren't, for free. Well, not for free, but like as a part of your membership. That's pretty fucking tight.
And I mean, this
also Batman's Arkham Knight's on there.
This
also Halo's.
Yeah, I mean, most of these games we've gotten from PlayStation Plus anyway.
Hold on, because you guys are arguing against a lot of points. Here's the point.
I'm just saying, like everything.
Game Pass is a lot more.
PS4, except for PlayStation titles, are already on Game Pass.
But Game Pass is more expensive than PlayStation Plus already.
How much more expensive?
Like $5 a month. So when you turn that around, like that adds up. They don't sell yearly memberships for Game Pass for a reason, because the sticker shock on that is just. Like, Game Pass is $15 a month.
Game Pass Ultimate, so you can get it with your PC and your Xbox, is $15 a month. Game Pass is $10 a month.
Okay, but you don't... That's on top of Xbox Live Gold. This is included...
If you get Game Pass Ultimate, you get Xbox Live Gold.
That's $15.
But then you're getting your Game Pass on your Xbox and on your PC. So you got Xbox Live Gold, your Game Pass on PC and on your Xbox.
No matter which way you cut it, this is cheaper than Game Pass.
Okay, that's totally fine. I'm just saying the list of games on Game Pass is way better than and way more playable than on Now. I feel like PlayStation Now hasn't proven me.
Well, this isn't now. This isn't now at all.
That's the thing.
PlayStation.
This don't got shit to do with now.
Yeah, like don't put like this is downloading these games. Like they're giving people who have PlayStation Plus a library of games. Like considering
it's padding for the library. It's one of those.
And considering yesterday PlayStation wasn't giving anybody shit for free. No, this is just part of PlayStation Plus.
Wait, why didn't you compare this to Game Pass in the first place? That is a subscription.
Because it's a giant library of games to access to help pad out the console's lifespan.
Yeah, that's the that's the point I'm trying to make. Like
and this is only if you get the PlayStation Plus.
Right. Yeah. If you have PlayStation Plus, it's actually sad for somebody like me that I have legitimately every single one of these games digitally already.
Okay, then right. These are all backwards. These are all selective backwards compatible games that you can get for free on PS5.
Right. But like, think about God of War, like more so the quality of stuff like God of War and Monster Hunter World. Well, Monster Hunter is also on Game Pass.
Specifically, it's the fact that this is a curated list of last generations. It's It's pretty much just the greatest hits album of PS4. It's not
Right.
every single.
Persona 5, you can't get that shit on Xbox. You can't get that shit on Xbox. That's just what it is.
I mean,
That's awesome.
It's just added. It's added value.
But didn't they say they were gonna? You can get Persona 5 Royal, like you can play that if you already downloaded it.
Well, yeah, like it'll be backwards compatible, but like this is just giving everybody with PlayStation Plus all of these games.
To me, we'll get into that, I guess, a little bit later. But they're backwards compatible. Their list hasn't come out yet, but they have mentioned that it's going to be hundreds of games.
Well, they
And
went.
said 99%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Today
that's
they
where
said
I felt
99%.
like they stepped up, which is dope.
Well, I mean, Xbox, so far Xbox hasn't confirmed that any Xbox One games aren't compatible. So, like, 99% versus 100%.
Xbox has been doing this since fucking like Xbox One does. You can put Xbox 360 discs into their console, and it's fine. Xbox has been doing that, but to see PlayStation doing that and following in line, that's super cool.
This is just good because
I want to get it more because I already own these games. I want to keep playing these games.
This is just adding value to this already great bundle. They showed us all these games we want. They showed us all of this stuff. They are putting all of these games, like they're just adding value to something that I'm already going to get and a lot of people already want.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so the next thing they announced, just because we've been going for over an hour and I want to get to more than one story in an episode, they announced the prices for the PS5 and the PS5 Digital Edition: $499.99 for the disc version, $399.99 for the digital version. November 12th in U.S., Japan, Canada, Mexico, Australia, New Zealand, and South Korea. November 19th in the rest of the world. And then they showed God of War Ragnarok, a teaser for that, which I'm fucking stoked. Yeah, like I was not expecting that. I'm fucking hype. Please and thank you, straight into my veins.
I'm hyped, but at the same time, did they put a date on it? They said 2021, right?
Yeah, 2021. So even if it gets delayed, like having a game of that quality in the first year or two of the console, like PlayStation 4 didn't have that. Xbox doesn't have, like, going into this generation, their first year, all that they have that's big that's coming is Halo. And Halo's not even coming at launch. Well,
yeah,
I mean,
Halo's like 2021 now.
Halo is 2021, but that's pretty fucking.
I mean, and honestly, you can get that shit. It's also on the current gen too.
Right. That's the thing. A lot of these games, like Demon Souls, is not coming to PS4. Like a lot of these games aren't coming to PS4 as well.
Demon Souls is the one that was one that is. It's not coming out later on Xbox, but it's coming out later on PC.
Well,
that's the one that I got confused with.
Okay, yeah. But the thing is, Sony bought Bluepoint Games.
I think people are debating about that right now because it's unclear.
Well, Sony owns Sony owns the IP rights to Demon Souls, which is why FromSoft hasn't remade it yet, and why they have Bluepoint, which is a PlayStation Studios team, remaking it.
I mean, they are kind of the remastered kings right now. They're just out there just remastering games back to back to back.
That one has been confirmed by, I think, it pretty much confirmed on every level by Sony. That is coming to PC. And I'm very surprised that Sony exclusives are coming to PC so fast. Not the ones like, obviously not Spider-Man, that they want to keep on PlayStation exclusively for themselves, like a console seller, like Spider-Man, God of War. They're not going to do that, but they are doing like the other ones, like
it says Demon Souls is not coming to PC. That's one of those ones that's not coming.
Oh yeah, it said in the showcase that it was coming to PC, but apparently that was a typo, and that slide wasn't supposed to be in there. Yes. So Demon Souls Remake is only coming to PS5.
We don't know.
Okay.
Watch it come to PC.
You want to make a bet here, Chris? Because if they said it and then
will
have gone
come to PC.
Demon Soul, all right. Somebody take a timestamp of this. I honestly, legitimately don't believe that Demon Souls, because the thing is, they brought Horizon, and 505 Games brought over Death Stranding, and there's been other stuff like Detroit Become Human, and like the Quantic Dream games, and that game company's games, and like there have been PlayStation games that have come to PC, but you're not getting God of War Ragnarok on PC anytime soon. And I know hopefully next year I'll be playing God of War Ragnarok on my PS5.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I was saying. Like Spider-Man and Ragnarok, God of War, those like mainstays.
Wait. In terms of coming to
PlayStation,
like PC, are you specifically talking about Demon Souls?
Yes.
What game are you talking about?
Yes.
Demon Souls.
Okay.
They said it's not coming.
Yeah. Final Fantasy is coming.
Yes.
And like Harry Potter is coming, Call of Duty is coming, Resident Evil is coming, but in the specific case of Demon Souls, it is not coming to PC.
I don't.
Okay, so I mean that was the last thing they showed. God of War Ragnarok. That tease was like legitimately hype. It was, for me personally, on the level of that Uncharted 4 tease they did around the time PS4 came out. So, I mean, we'll see. I'm sure there'll be a lot more interesting stuff to come this generation, and there's going to be a lot more developing news on like all of these games as we come closer and closer to the release.
Don't worry, Jeff Keighley's going to tell us everything we need to know, because
right.
he's the go-to man for the important details that they did not give us.
All right. So, the next story I want to talk about, just really quick, the Rocket League announced when it's going to free to play, and what, Chris?
Oh no, you got two stories on your list that I really am excited about. This is one of them, but the other one I'm really excited about.
I just wrote this one before you had me add the other one, so I'm just going down my page. We talked about this one before we talked about the other one. So, Rocket League, they announced that their free-to-play update is coming September 23rd, and which means on all platforms, Rocket League will be free-to-play. It has full cross-progression as of right now. Yeah, by the time you hear it.
Yeah, go to, what is it, rocketleague.com/activate?
Yeah, go to rocketleague.com/activate. You can link all your accounts, including Epic Games, so that, and then you choose a primary account. They do the Destiny approach of, instead of doing the Fortnite approach of let's merge all your stuff, they're doing the Destiny approach of let's let you pick which account was your primary account and has your most progress, and let you play with that account. You can switch your primary at any time, so like let's say if I want to use my Switch save somewhere else for any reason, I could. But I've already tested it. I played with my PS4 save on my Switch, and everything's been working swimmingly.
Nice. I can't wait. I just did that before we started recording. I can't wait to be playing with all of my stuff on PC. Even on Xbox, which I accidentally did because I made that my Smurf account, and then now it's a level 65, and I'm never going to have a Smurf account again. Except for PS5, if it comes to PS5.
Well, that'll just be your same PS4 account. Alright, so the next game, since I kept Chris waiting long enough. Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Look at God.
The game is
it
coming
finally
out.
happened. I can't wait. I can't wait. But there's bad news that comes along with this announcement.
Because bad news. It's like we do. It's the fact that it got Monkey's Pod. That's what happened. It's like we got what we wanted. We just didn't get what we wanted.
I wanted a fucking platinum list to finally be able to say I platinum Scott Pilgrim, because you can't do that on PS3, and they're not going to let you do it on PS4 or 5.
And it doesn't have online multiplayer.
Yeah. So like the things that we
what?
It's supposed to be social fucking distancing. Why does
you didn't
it
hear
have
that? Oh, you
online
didn't hear that last
multiplayer?
part? The fact
It's
that it doesn't
special
have the
edition.
one thing we actually wanted out of it.
Wait, special edition I thought came with the DLC that came with knives and multiplayer.
Yeah, well, that's a
I
shame
hope you got
because
some lube because you're about to get fucked.
I'm gonna go walk up to fucking Ubisoft right goddamn now and tell them to let Canada and China handle this game like they did before.
I mean, it seems like your best bet is
There's no reason for this game to not happen.
emulating it to get online multiplayer with the
There's
PS3
no
emulator.
fucking reason for it to
That's a
not
lot of
have
work.
multiplayer. No.
They might as well not re-release that game, especially if the original team isn't getting any money off of it. This seems like some fuck shit. And Ubisoft has been doing a lot of fuck shit. A lot of fuck shit.
That sounds
Like
dumb.
the way
I'm just no multiplayer. I could handle no platinum. That's fine.
Okay,
I will
hold
enjoy
on. I'm reading the article here, and this just seems to be some information that I got wrong. Knives Chow and Wallace Wells will be available from the jump, not to mention 4-player online cooperative multiplayer journeys.
Look at that. Okay, we fine. I don't know shit about a platinum. I'm gonna play with that.
all right, so they still have to address the racism, the sexual
Right,
No,
yeah.
Ubisoft has to deal with every other Ubisoft problem.
Yes,
But
yes.
not
I
online
will
multiplayer. Oof,
buy
they got that one
this
right.
game.
Not to mention shitty graphics on a remake of Prince of Persia.
Yeah, that Prince of Persia shit looks like
Ooh.
garbaggio. They said it was pre-alpha footage, but then they released more screenshots that looked just as bad. So that was like, it's like you can't defend yourself and then be like, okay, well here, we're going to show you what we're actually doing. And it
Come on,
looked
that was
just as bad.
they just recorded the PS2 version. It was like, oh shit, we don't got no actual footage right now. Yeah, just screen cap the PS2 version. That's fine. They won't notice. These gamers won't notice. We'll blame it on the stream. It's egregious. But go ahead and slide me that Warrior Within remake though. Make that shit saucy. Get somebody else to remake it. Actually, slide that bitch.
Well, apparently this is a smaller team, and I mean, Ubisoft's not going to be able to work with Bluepoint because Sony owns them, and Sony got a lot more games to go back and touch up. Like they could definitely Parappa the Rapper. That's exactly what Unjammer Lemmy. Ape Escape.
Ooh.
Oh, Metal Gear. There were rumors that their next game was going to, the rumors were either they're going to remake Metal Gear 1 or Demon Souls. And I mean, neither of those are Sony first-party titles, but these games will be. All right, so I don't think we're going to cover the rest of the stuff in the Ubisoft Forward. They renamed Gods and Monsters to Immortals Phoenix Rising, but because of, all the negative stuff around Ubisoft, I kind of don't want to publicize. I don't want to give them free advertisement on our platform.
Yeah, no, and especially with that mobile game or whatever they rolled out, where
The
you're
Elite
playing
Squad.
an agent, and you have to take down, which looks like the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yeah, legitimately, their iconography was the same as Black Lives Matter iconography.
Yeah, there's like, oh no, it was coincidental. It wasn't a.
No, it's called. This is why you need a focus group.
They don't care about focus
Well,
groups because focus groups was telling Ubisoft
No, their employees were telling Ubisoft.
So I'm talking about this is the Assassin's Creed story where they refused to do promotional material for the Assassin's Creed with female playable protagonists. Like they did all the marketing material around the male playable protagonist because they felt like girls wouldn't do well despite. I don't know anybody who played Assassin's Creed Odyssey and went with
Syndicate.
Alexios.
Let's go back to Syndicate. The whole thing about Syndicate is that it was more fun playing as the sister because of what
Odyssey as well.
Stuff she had.
Well, Odyssey, Cassandra was just a better character than Alexios. Straight up, the writing was better. She was just a general, overall, stronger
It's almost like the game
character.
was designed around her.
But they just refused to promote it with her. So
Look,
yeah.
We've never claimed Ubisoft to be smart. This happens
Man, I tried giving them some like passes
It's almost
because
as
they
yearly
did
as
make some.
No, it happens every year.
Well, no, they
Repeated.
did make some good games, and they did make some good changes to their business strategy over the years. But then, like, all this sexual harassment stuff's coming out. All this, like, did you see the only reason that, like, one of their game directors got the job is because he was related to the CEO? That's, like, extreme nepotism. Right.
What?
Gotta love some nepotism.
Yeah, right. You
That's
gotta...
why that's why companies very rarely do well, because they're higher their upper part, instead of like being like, I gotta run this company correctly or it'll die, it just becomes like a playground and a purse. Like,
look, cocaine and nepotism. That's what fuels all business.
I mean, hey, what's big business but that?
All right. Well, I just want to see, has anybody been playing anything of note this week? I know I have one trophy left before I platinum base Monster Hunter World. I know it's been kind of like a slow gaming week. Spelunky 2 dropped, and I downloaded it. I haven't gotten a chance to check it out yet. I know Genshin Impact is coming very soon.
Hey.
Madrid, what you got?
Yes.
You gotta let audio. Just because we have a video version now doesn't mean y'all can just start doing.
Watch the YouTube video.
Oh yeah, follow us on. We probably should have said this.
And you should be here at the live stream.
Come to the live stream. Watch us on YouTube.
Fucking yell at everybody.
Dog, if they have stuck with us for an hour and 26 fucking minutes and are like butthurt by the fact that we're telling them to watch a YouTube video,
that's fair.
Yo, if you want to get your world rocked by a JRPG, go play one of those motherfuckers.
What have I been saying this entire time?
That shit will fist you.
Like, it's something about a game that fights back. It's something about a game that fights back.
Yo, I'm not far at all, and I've already died like 4 times.
What was the last thing you did? Have you reached the Minotaur? Let's start with that.
No,
have you reached
no,
the
I have to go rescue Navarro or some shit.
Oh, you're there. Okay.
So I'm like getting attacked by hordes of zombie samurai.
Yeah. Just
samurai.
That game is fun.
It's pretty cool, like, and the fact that it's like fully voice acted is awesome, but also sucks because my speakers on my DS don't work for whatever reason. So I have to literally plug in my PlayStation headset and listen to it.
Yeah, DSs suck.
Mine still works.
Yeah.
One day it just like the speaker just didn't work anymore, and I'm like, why? Is it because this was in my book bag? I don't have a good reason as to why it doesn't work anymore.
I mean, I charged my DS before my trip to Florida, played that shit for 6 hours straight, went to charge it before my 6 hours trip back, just didn't charge. I was like, I didn't even do anything to you. Why aren't you charging?
Yeah, their best technology was in their Game Boy Advance SP.
It really
I mean, I still really love my new 3DS. I did open it a second ago, and it looked like I didn't have an SD card in it, so I'm restarting it right now. But, I mean, out of all of my 3DSs, the most major problem I've ever had out of one is that I got robbed at gunpoint for it. So, and I don't think that's Nintendo's fault.
Hey, that just means that bitch was hitting.
Yeah, it's a premium product.
Yeah. All right.
To throw on the Black Air
You
Force.
better watch out when you have this PS5 walking out of GameStop.
Oh yeah, I might rob you.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up, dog.
See, here I'm gonna be real stealthy about it. If I didn't get robbed with my PS4 and I had other people I had to manage, I'm showing up strapped. I'm gonna keep it a bug. I done already paid for my PS4.
Yo, I got a butcher knife if you want me to play, like...
I don't need a knife. Guns work better.
I got a bag full of... Just whatever. Like, if you need protection, I got you.
Look, I'm just saying, you.
This is my unboxing knife.
Nail gun for about 55. Call yourself a day. You know, ain't nothing.
There you go. Nail them to the wall like Jesus. Sorry, I didn't mean to say.
You know, make a bench out of them.
Okay, before this shit goes any worse, I am going. I'm just gonna ask, does anybody have one more thing that doesn't involve knives, Jesus, or nails?
Actually, one more thing. The Endless Space 2 soundtrack is fucking amazing. It's so good.
Okay. Send me that link.
I already put one of the tracks in the music section of the Discord.
Check that shit out.
CheesyControllerPodcast.com. Click the Discord button.
And Endless Space 2, the leader designs are so good. Like, it's so good. It's so good. It's my new favorite 4X game. It's so good.
So good.
Oh yeah. And all I do is play it. Right now I'm playing as the Vidyani. And so it's like a religious it's a techno religion that's like destroying the universe, conquering the universe. That's the word. Conquering.
All right.
That game's good.
Chris, Madrid, any more things? Madrid, you making a face? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
It was a fake tweet. It was a fake tweet. I would say this. Go follow us on YouTube. Watch those videos. Leave comments.
Yes, please. Please make it worthwhile this time.
Leave us comments on our podcast feed. I feel like we haven't had any comments, at least on Apple, in a while. So, all you listeners out there, you like what we're saying?
Those are reviews, or you could put comments on the SoundCloud.
Reviews, comments. What is a review but a comment,
That's accurate, I guess.
Right, yeah, I'm riding with it. I'm too tired to care at this point.
Exactly. We've all been drinking, Fuck it.
Alright, remember you can follow us all collectively around the internet, CheesyControllerPodcast.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Anton63X's. Jalen.
Squid Bishop.
Chris.
Chef and Chris.
Madrid.
Speedwagon X.
Alright, the audio version of this podcast is edited by Akuma Santi. The video version is edited by Lana Twisted Mind. Until next time, keep it cheesy.